On September 20th, 2022, a worker at her local escape room, Cassandra, was turning off the cameras for the day when she noticed something really freaky. Immediately, she took out her camera to try and capture what was causing the movement for proof, but somehow nothing was there.
Okay, let me see if I can get this on camera.
Strangely, some of the chairs in the operations room were moving by themselves, and as if this wasn't spooky enough, the eerie escape room music turned itself back on. Creeped out, Cassandra searched the chair for anything that could have possibly led to this being a prank, but to her dismay, there were no strings attached, and she knew no one else was in the building that night. She reported this footage to her boss, and refused to ever work in that room late at night again, to which she got fired. Cassandra now works at her local donut store. This house is derelict because the Wi-Fi box had been broken the night prior, and the owner decided to go and sleep at her father's until it was all sorted. However, later after leaving, she realized that she left her pet cat, Dwight, at the house, and instead of picking her up, kept her eyes on the CCTV. Unfortunately, this didn't really go to plan. Weirdly, the door to the closet decided to open itself, and the lights inside it opened, almost trying to lure the cat into its entrance. Unsurprisingly, it worked, and the pet crawled into the darkness and eventually went out of view. When watching this, the owner was terrified as to what might have happened to Dwight, but luckily, she came out of the closet shortly after. But the reason she did wasn't a good one. A disturbing voice echoed around the room, telling the cat to get out, and strangely enough, it seems like she understood. Coincidence? I think not. A day after the incident, it was time for the house owner, Leah, to come home because the men had come and fitted the Wi-Fi router. It was at this point that things started to get very strange, and the source of the voice from earlier started to show what it could do.
Just heard knocking at this window. Hang on. So creepy. There's nothing outside. Yeah. There's nobody outside. Hello? The windows have been banging and there's been knocking for like 30 minutes, so I'm just waiting for somebody to come back and knock. It's so creepy. Now the banging fucking stops. Hello? Jesus Christ.
Out of the blue, knocking sounds started arising from all over the house, and this led Leah to be frightened. She quickly went in the direction of all the knocks, but found nothing, which understandably freaked her out. After this incident, Leah went back to her father's and brought the cat with her this time as they tried to sell the house. The status of this goal is unknown, and all I can say is that she is paying rent to stay at her father's house for the time being. Wyatt Jackson was known for loving nature and often went out into it to try and discover new places. In the upcoming video, he is doing one of these expeditions and comes across a chimney-looking structure, and from the sounds of it, he isn't the only one present on the scene. Have a look.
Guys, I don't know what's going on, but I'm up here in the mountains hiking a trail. Rain came in, and I'm on my way back to the parking lot to get to my car. And as I'm walking by, I could have swore I heard something say, "Hey." Figured I better document this. And then I've seen this. It looks like a chimney over there. What is that? Whoa. I mean, all bullshit aside, this is pretty cool, right? What they say about going under arches in the woods. We'll find out. Oh, look at this. This is cool. This is neat. I heard it again. Oh, shit!
When he reached the chimney, the word "hey" could be heard a second time, which convinced Wyatt that he wasn't going insane the first time around, but not fully. It took a second recitement of the word from the spirit to fully convince him, and he turned around and ran. What made the third "hey" so much spookier was the volume of it. The other two sounded some distance away, which left Wyatt feeling secure, but when it became very loud, he couldn't help but show his fear. Wyatt never revisited the chimney again and beckoned his children not to go in that direction. Who knows if they listened or not? On June 18th of 2023, a nurse called Sarah was exploring the hospital during one of her breaks and decided to visit the so-called haunted floor. She didn't really believe in anything paranormal and wanted to confirm this, so phone in hand, she climbed the stairs to floor 4. Now for 20 minutes nothing happened, and it was almost time for Sarah to get back to work. However, in the corner of her eye, she spotted a very suspicious door, and what she decided to do next was crazy.
So everybody wants to see what's behind the door, so I'm back and I'm gonna show you what's finally behind this door, okay? Alright, so one more time, this is everything that's wrote on the door behind this door in this hospital, and it's been unlocked, so I'm gonna go inside. Dude, I'm so scared, I don't even wanna open it. So far this looks like an abandoned, dirty closet.
On the door were messages written by an unknown person, which seemed to be begging whoever saw it not to remove what was inside. Curious, Sarah opened the door anyway, and was greeted with what looked like a regular and abandoned closet. For a few seconds, she just stood there and looked around before the camera cut. But if we slow the video down, we can see something very strange on top of the shelf. It's unknown what this was, as Sarah reacted very quickly to it, but it seems to be the figure of a human head. No matter what it was enough to send Sarah running back to the second floor, and you should feel free to comment your theories as to what she saw. In the following video, Caitlyn Brooke is home alone when the last thing she could have possibly wanted to hear echoed around the house. It was roughly 2 a.m. at the time this video was filmed, and the way Caitlyn reacted was extremely brave. Have a look.
Oh my god.
As Caitlyn was sleeping, she was suddenly woken up by loud banging noises coming from her downstairs kitchen, and being bold, she decided to go and investigate. Now at first, she believed that this had to be a burglar and that she could scare them off, but when she heard a door open and close, she knew she must run. Whatever was down there was about to come upstairs after Caitlyn, and so she jumped into her bed sheets for a sense of security. However, these cotton warmth bringers didn't scare away whatever it was that was after her, and this was shown in part 2. When sitting on her bed, ghost orbs were flying all across Caitlyn's camera, which were signs that a spirit was in the room with her, but she didn't know this and still thought it was a criminal. That was until the doors opened. Strangely, both doors opened at the exact same time, which is impossible for any human to do so. This practically confirmed the paranormal presence, but Caitlyn was still skeptical. This refusal to believe in it angered the spirit even more and caused it to do what it did in the third part. And after this, Caitlyn finally screamed the words, "I believe." Again, one of the doors opened and slammed all by itself, which was concrete evidence to Caitlyn that she was being haunted. However, the outcome of this was fairly strange compared to most other cases. After explaining that she believed in ghosts, all of a sudden everything stopped and nothing happened again for the following 2 years. Perhaps the ghost's goal was to convert a doubter to a believer, or perhaps it was much deeper. I guess the truth is that we'll never know the real answer. YouTube is full of many supposed paranormal captures, but not many of them come as close to reality as the one I'm about to show you. It was taken sometime in June 2022 and documents a male's perspective of a haunting. What makes this case unique is that for the year prior to this video, the creator had been consistently uploading updates on paranormal activities caught in his household, but the one you're about to see is the final straw. For some context, his daughter has a full cupboard of dolls, and supposedly they could move things overnight. As well as this, each family member had heard noises coming from vacant rooms at night, which is what actually triggered the father of this family to create a YouTube channel for documentation. But backstory aside, take a look.
So I keep hearing weird noises. I don't know what the hell it is. It's like knocking, creaking, footsteps. It's either in my room or Sky's room, but Sky's passed out right now. But it's crazy, yo. Hold on. See, she's sleeping. See, I'm telling you, I keep hearing weird shit. I think it's coming from my room now. What the fuck is that? See, I keep this up against the cabinet because the dolls like to try to open the doors and shit. It's weird. I don't know what that sound is though. What the fuck was that, man? Yo, fuck this. Fuck this. I'm good on that. Yeah. I'm staying out of there. Fuck that, yo. Bro. I'm all shaking and shit. Yo. Yeah, fuck that. I'm out, y'all.
Creepily, an eerie voice echoed around the house right after the sudden footsteps, and it sounded like a little girl crying. As if that wasn't enough, once the man exited the room for safety, the voice could be heard again, except this time it could be translated. After slowing it down several times, it sounded like a little girl asking to be saved, which is disturbing to say the least. As I mentioned earlier, this was the last straw for the man, and he sold the house after this incident. The dolls were also trashed to the dismay of his daughter, but he had to do what he needed to. On a Tuesday night, this man called Steven decided to play some Rocket League with his friends. They all usually play games together on a Tuesday, as they are all off work on that day, so it slots in perfectly. However, this evening wasn't going to be a fun one for Steven. Recently, before the night, he had gone to a haunted house with some other friends, and they brought a Ouija board with them to have some fun. They claimed to have spoken to the ghosts successfully, but little did they know that one of them would attach to Steven. It was on this Tuesday night that it decided to strike, and it didn't hold back.
I swear this place is haunted. I've been fucking around with Ouija boards, and I was stupid enough to bloody invite demons to possess me and shit because I didn't believe in it. But ever since then, every time I'm here by myself, I hear shit outside. So I'm playing Rocket League. It's fucking... Oh, did you hear that? Oh, what the fuck? No fucking way. No fucking way. Hello? Is anybody here? Holy shit, why is that fucking moving? Hello? Is anybody here? Oh my god, man. What the fuck?
Unexplainably, the chandelier in the main hallway of the house started shaking by itself without any windows open. It left the man spooked, especially after the door moved beforehand, but there still wasn't enough evidence to convince him a ghost had followed him home until other stuff happened, that is. After seeing a door open and a chandelier move, Stephen was forced to continue searching just in case someone else was in the house. And when he entered the kitchen, things went crazy.
No fucking shit. Hello? I heard you. No. No fucking way. No fucking way. Oh my god. Hello? And I swear I just saw a fucking shadow moving here. So what's this fucking light switch?
The lights in the kitchen started flickering when he got close to them, which finally made him believe his house was haunted, although he was still skeptical. He tried his hardest to dismiss it as an electrical error, but also stated that the lights had never done this before, and never did it again after that night. Was it a ghost, or was it a loose wire? I'll leave you to decide that yourself. In the following video, a Spanish man named Marcio was home alone waiting for his wife when one of the creepiest instances of his life happened. It's important to note that this house had never had any paranormal reports in its entire time on the market, so the upcoming clip is very unlikely, but it happened. Take a look. While laying in bed, the sound of items dropping to the floor could be heard from Marzio's kitchen, and eventually he couldn't resist checking it out. He stood up and cautiously walked over to his kitchen, but what he found was completely unexpected. The floor had a few cups on it, which he had left on the drying rack to be reused. However, not a single soul was in sight. This confused the living hell out of him, but when a cup flew off the shelves while he was standing in the room, that was the nail in the coffin. What made this event very weird is that it continued continued for hours, but when Marzio's wife returned home, it suddenly stopped. He showed his wife the videos he captured, and she understandably seemed scared, but they stayed living there regardless, and nothing else happened to them for a day. The next day, Marzio's wife left the house again, this time to go and do some work. He decided that this time he was going to kick back and watch some Netflix, but the spirit in the house decided that this wasn't going to be the case. Just as Marzio pressed play on his favorite TV show, a huge bang happened from behind him, and this time he was spooked straight away, but had to go and investigate. In case there was an intruder, he decided to enter the door that the bang came from, but after seeing what was behind it, I bet he wished he never did. In this eerie scene, Marzio was investigating the room from which the banging came, and it's safe to say that the ghost greeted him well. Upon opening the door, a second bang occurred, leading Marzio to the table that he and his wife usually play board games together on. At first, he was completely baffled, but when the red chair moved towards him, that feeling increased by 100-fold. His house was officially haunted. The next day, he ran to the local church and begged the priest for a blessing, but Marzio needed more evidence of an evil spirit to be granted his wish. This is why he decided to give up and completely abandon the old home. So he and his wife rented a small local apartment to give them a home until they could sell their own one and purchase a new one. But this wasn't the end of the story. The upcoming clip comes from the couple's second night in the apartment when Marzio was sent back to the old one to take some essentials back to the new place. It was at this time that the ghost said its last goodbye to him. When Marzio entered the house, he was again greeted with a loud bang, except this time, the entire building was ripped apart. Almost every piece of furniture was toppled onto the floor, as if a toddler had a huge tantrum, and maybe that's close to what happened. After consulting experts, Marzio found out that the ghost was tied to their place, and spirits like this tend to get angry when residents leave the property. It's suspected that all of this damage was simply rage from the ghost, but shortly after, the property was sold, so I'm sure the ghost had some new victims to play with. This YouTuber by the name of Steve Ballard is known for searching some of the deepest and darkest places the world has to offer. He isn't necessarily a ghost hunter, but while on his journeys, he does tend to come across a lot of them. In this video, Steve is exploring the Grain Fort tunnels. The tunnels were built to defend the Thames Embassy, and a lot of people died inside its stone walls. However, the site isn't known for being haunted. Many people go down there just to experience the history and rarely come out with a unique sighting, but when Steve Ballard went inside, things turned for the worse.
On the when you go to Grain Fort, there's a load of graffiti on the wall going back to sort of the late 1900s, and that's amazing seeing that. Oh, my torch keeps going out. It's really weird. Where are we going now? Right, let's go. Let's go around there. I'm not filming all the time. I've switched off a bit. All right. Yeah. We go over there in a bit. Let's walk around now. Walk around there. Yeah. Why do you think this up, or is it? Sorry? Just people done things like this? No, I think it's they done an explosive demolition with the top section, and I think it's just a collapse into the tunnel system itself. This tunnel is it's amazing, isn't it? Really smart. It's really clean. Yeah, and it's dry. Look, the best part. Yeah. I think a lot of these are slates. The big slate slabs on these floors. I'll go down there. God, it just felt cold walking down this, Stu. So what's down this one? We come from there? Yeah, we did. But this one goes down to a dead end. There's another little bridge down there. What a bog of eternal stench. Mind the box, slabs. Wow.
Now, upon first glance, it's very difficult to understand what actually happened in this clip, but if you put it in slow motion, everything becomes apparent. If you look closely at the red circle on screen, a tall shadow figure could be seen walking down the tunnel, and the spooky thing is that Steve went down by himself. This makes the sighting utterly unexplainable. During the moment, Steve didn't realize what he had captured, and was completely oblivious to any paranormal presence in the tunnel, but the comments made sure to let him know. In a follow-up video, he reacted to the segment where the shadow appeared and gave his opinion. Have a listen.
Shadow figure at Grain Fort. It's going to show itself just there. This is being played about half speed. Yeah. Now watch. Now. Did you see it?
Surprisingly, Steve didn't seem too freaked out that he had almost come face to face with a spirit. In fact, he was quite calm. Perhaps it was due to some of his sightings from other videos that he is used to things like this now. Regardless, he was very lucky to catch this event on camera, and equally fortunate that it didn't follow him home. Or did it? Alfredo Davella is a policeman who works for a search and destroy team in Brazil. It's 3 in the morning and Alfredo is filming his colleagues as they search a school for a supposed bomb threat. But as they are searching, something disturbing begins to occur. A door is seen opening and closing, and there's something off about this school. Moments later, the team goes to investigate the door, and once they get close, this strange phenomenon stops. What's crazy is that the bomb the team were trying to discover ended up being behind the red door, so perhaps this was an angel coming to save the school. Ghost hunting is considered to be one of the most dangerous jobs in the world for several reasons. One being that annoying spirits never lead to anything good. In the following video, a ghost hunter called Vladimir was searching a home in Russia, and it's safe to say he found what he was looking for.
Allah, tövbe ya Rabbi. Tövbe ya Rabbi. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Kamerayı aldım, dolap kapağı açıldı. Tövbe ya Rabbi. Tövbe ya Rabbi ya Resulullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Tövbe ya Rabbi ya Resulullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah. 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 Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. Baksanıza şunlara ya.
Strangely, the refrigerator started to open and close itself without any other humans present in the building. The ghost hunter decided to approach this phenomenon, but when he got near, the fridge came to a halt. Doing his job, he went to open it and reveal what was causing the opening and closing, but as he was about to do it, a cupboard behind slammed, as if it didn't want him to check. Regardless, the man opened the refrigerator, and all he found was a Coke bottle, which the house owners claimed wasn't there before the hunt. With this information, the man had confirmed there was a spirit in the house, but he didn't have enough evidence, so had to keep searching. For a while, not much happened, which led him to believe the refrigerator was a one-off occurrence. But what happened next was crazy.
Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, La ilahe illallah. La ilahe illallah. Allah, la ilahe illallah. Sandalye hareket ediyor abi. Tövbe estağfurullah, tövbe estağfurullah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah. La ilahe illallah. Ah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Ah. Arkadaşlar. Şu benim aklıma takıldı. Evdeki petekler de. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilahe illallah.
As the ghost hunter investigated a chair, it launched itself backwards without anyone or anything pushing it. Immediately, the man started looking around for any logical excuse for the chair moving but couldn't find any. And to put the nail in the coffin, a door opened by itself at the end of the clip. With this concrete evidence of paranormal activity, it was time for the hunter to leave. The following video was captured by a YouTuber who wanted to record some footage for his channel. He was exploring a house in China where the Grim Reaper had supposedly been called, and what he filmed was definitely worth the visit. He is haunted from the second he enters the building to the second he leaves, so take a look.
저쪽에서? 아닌가? 씨. 우와, 날도 춥고. 잠깐만 좀 들어가겠습니다. 뭔 소리야? 잠깐만. 바람?
Strangely, when he opens the door to the residence, one of the doors inside closes on its own, setting the tone for a mysterious adventure.
계십니까? 뭐야? 웬 연기가 김 같은 게... 당신 누구야? 사람이야, 귀신이야? 왜 그렇지? 문에 자꾸 이렇게... 열렸어. 아까 처음 하고. 뭐야? 커튼. 바람 때문에 끝나지 않아. 뭐야, 여기 공간이. 문 뒤에 이런 공간이 있어. 뭐가 이런 데가 있었지? 왜 저기 도대체 문을 누가 어떻게 잠그고 가 그래?
When he's in the house, a low-to-the-ground creature can be seen wandering around. He points at it as it moves as if he is not there. This was unexplainable, but far less scary than the next appearance in the building. Eventually, the man decides to try and communicate with the ghost and sits in between a doorway.
댐벨 한번 들여가지고 대화 시도를 한번 해봐야 될 것 같다. 그렇지 않고서는 오늘 여기서 살아서 못 나간다. 잠시만요. 자, 죄송한데 저 국산권을 준비 못했고 한 대 개안하게 뽀시고 우리 대화로 하시게요. 자, 혹시 제 얘기 듣고 계세요? 듣고 계시면 뭐 대답 좀 해주세요. 댐벨은 얼마든지 있습니다. 남성분이세요? 여기 사는 망자가 아니시죠?
잠깐. 봤어? 내가 여기 사는 망자가 아니시죠? 하니까 내 집이 아니니까 나가야 된다? 어떤 느낌으로 뭐가 검은색 물체가 슥 나가는 아닌가? 뭐지? 막혔는. 다시 들어오셨는 게라오. 어디 계신 게라오? 그대로 있는 것 같은데. 뭐지? 장난 엄청 심하네. 왜 이렇게 장난이 심하지? 혹시 장남이세요?
He asks the ghost to make an appearance, and we can see it gliding past the outside window. It's unknown what this creature actually was, but if we zoom in, we can see that it has the figure of the Grim Reaper. The YouTuber was not alone. Throughout the rest of his visit, he witnessed self-moving objects, heard messages, and saw other things, and left the building with the content he wanted. He entered this home, thinking that the Grim Reaper had visited it. Little did he know it was still there. Now, the following video was taken back in 2023, and it seems like not many people have seen this footage. But despite not having many impressions, the video is still very creepy. It was captured while the man of the house was out at work and the wife was doing the dishes. Luckily, they had a Furbo security camera set up in the living room, which is where the incident happened. Have a look. Weirdly, a voice can be heard speaking before the door opens on its own accord. It's unknown what the voice said, but after putting it in slow motion, it either said Hiya or Tia. Hiya would make sense as it would be greeting the people in the house, but Tia is the name of the wife who was doing the dishes. Regardless, something from the supernatural world came to greet her. The dogs instantly stood up and started barking at the door, and even jumped off the sofa as if a human was moving in the room. However, no one could be seen. Collecting things is something that makes humans happy. It makes them feel like they have a purpose, and looking back at their artifacts makes them proud. However, the upcoming video comes from someone who has a collection nobody could dream of. He gathers haunted items from across the country and brings them back to his home. Before this video was uploaded to TikTok, the man had purchased an art piece depicting Wigan, but the artist took their own life after drawing it. People theorize that the art is haunted, and the footage coming up proves that.
Can hear banging coming from downstairs. It woke me up this morning, but there shouldn't be anybody down here. Hello? Oh my god. Hello? Hello? What the fuck? Oh, Will, you okay? Hello? Oh my god, what's going on?
Somehow, the man could hear banging coming from downstairs, so he decided to go and check it out. It was then that a wine glass flew at him from the direction of the haunted art piece. As well as this, a mug on the table slid to the left, confirming that the flying glass was not an anomaly. It was in fact a spirit. The man went to check the room, and nothing was there which could have possibly caused these crazy events to occur. After this event, you'd expect the collector to put his items in the trash, but he doesn't, and pays the price with a much scarier event.
I fell asleep on the couch and the bathroom door is repeatedly banging. Stop! What was that? What the fuck? What the fuck? Alexa, stop! Stop! I do know what is going on in here today, but there's some kind of an atmosphere as well. What the hell is that? Did you see that?
This video was filmed just 2 days after the previous one and was also 2 times as creepy. To start things off, the door was banging and a chair moved, but if that wasn't enough, the Alexa started playing music of her own accord. Finally, a young boy in a white shirt is caught sitting on the sofa, but in the background, and when the man turns to look at it, it's gone. I'll let you try and explain that in the comments. On December 13th of 2022, a man called Paul was doing his job as a day guard at his local factory when one of the weirdest events possible occurred. It was around 8 p.m. when the following video was taken, and it took place just after Paul had finished working. Except little did anyone know that it wasn't Paul after all. Throughout the day, he had been acting stranger than usual and not being his normal self, but it was after he beckoned his friend Tim to come into the back with him that everything became apparent.
This is Paul, and you are about to witness a possession. He's allowed me to post this video, but only if I conceal his identity. Paul was the day guard, and at the end of his shift, I didn't know it at the time, but in an act of kindness earlier in the day he tried to remove and discard the statue head. The following takes place before the Night 12 incident.
Strangely, Paul started to mutter in an undetectable language, and no one could decipher what it was that he was trying to say. Many predict that it was ancient Latin, but after specialists shut those rumors down, people were left clueless. Regardless of the language though, what happened next was terrifying.
Need a 86 for a friendly. Can't breathe. Paul. 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 Paul, I can't breathe. Oh.
With a blade, Paul stood up and swung at Tim before getting all aggressive and in his face. The weird thing was that Paul was known for being a kind man who never really got into arguments, so this was extremely out of character. However, before Tim even had a chance to hit back, Paul returned to his normal self, oblivious of what his body had just been used for. But this wasn't the only paranormal event that was hosted within this factory. It was only the beginning. 2 days after the Paul incident, Tim had finally recovered, and his boss told him it was time he stopped being a coward and came back to work. In order to maintain his job, Tim listened, but this would turn out to be one of the worst decisions of his life. Upon arriving at work, everything was fine for Tim. He did his regular checkups and monitored security until eventually Paul left for home and he was able to feel safe again. As he started to get comfortable though, so did the spirit, and what it did this time was just as spooky as the last.
We're doing this. Hello? Shit. What the fuck? Whoa. Hello? Who's there?
When patrolling the storage corridors, one of the doors was knocking, and it happened to be the one to the room that Paul usually found himself in. Curious, Tim went to inspect the scene, and based on his comment asking God to protect him, we know he knew what he was getting into. After entering the room, one of the mannequins toppled over on its own accord, which was the first red flag for Tim to turn back, but he ignored it. After this, a slab of glass shattered before a pot banged the floor behind him, and he knew that the ghost was present. However, Tim was convinced that this was a different entity, but if we zoom in on the very last frame, the outline of a woman can be made out, and I assume that this was what had possessed Paul as well. Little did Tim know, though, that this semi-sighting of the ghost was nothing compared to what he was about to capture. On that same night, he decided to do some more exploring, as he was understandably skeptical that it was actually a ghost haunting him. He adventures for around an hour with no sightings, until eventually something happened that made him wish he never got too ambitious.
Hello?
If you look closely, hands can be seen dangling over what looks like a container, and the figure of a woman can be seen attached to them. Unfortunately though, when Tim turned his flashlight on to capture the ghost, it immediately disappeared and never appeared again. Literally. For the last 2 years, Tim hasn't come across a ghost, which leads him to believe it wasn't a permanent haunting. But the unlucky thing is that he'll never truly know. This little girl was role-playing with her dolls when something extraordinarily creepy happened right next to her. To her dismay, she didn't manage to witness what occurred, but luckily, the CCTV camera in the top corner of the room captured it perfectly. Unexpectedly, the girl's least favorite doll, Lola, started moving by itself in the corner, leading the parents to believe it had been possessed or moved by a ghost. But what actually made them check the security cameras in the first place? Well, a few nights after the doll incident, the little girl was drawing for her parents, and the unexplained happened. Except this time she saw it and told them. This incident is what caused them to scan through all CCTV footage of their child to make sure nothing similar was happening. So have a look. Weirdly, all kinds of objects started moving in the room, and no one except the girl was in the room. Things get much creepier when you discover the doll from before was behind the sofa at the time of the incident, making it very possible that it had something to do with this. Immediately after being alerted, the parents put the doll in the trash and paid the collectors to take it far away from their home early. When the doll was removed, all paranormal activity in the house stopped. The following video took place late at night in a home owned by a man named Robert. Robert lived by himself and often had family coming and visiting him, but during the clip you're about to see, he was the only person home. It happened when Robert was struggling to go to sleep, so decided to go downstairs and play some of the guitar before bed. But something else must have had the same idea, because what happens next is shocking.
So I couldn't sleep because I felt like something was watching me. You ever felt like that? I'm all alone. I come out here to play my guitar because I can't sleep. So I look over here at this thing because I feel like it's freaking watching me. And I could have swore I seen it move. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking. That's that bullshit right there. Oh, hell no. I'm done with it. That thing's going in the dump right now. Well, I got something for that. Yeah, I got something for that right now.
To kick the video off, Robert explains his situation and claims that he was sensing that he was being watched. This gave him an eerie feeling when he was in his living room, and he pinned it down to the teddy bear sitting in a box, and somehow he said it moved. Now at first, this was completely unbelievable. But luckily, just as Robert told his story, the bear moved again just to confirm it. Scared but smart, Robert did what he should have done and put the bear in the trash, but no one believed what he saw, so he actually ended up being checked for mental illnesses. To his fortune, he wasn't diagnosed with anything and showed the video he captured to his family, but they are still skeptical to this day. James Talbot was an overnight security officer at a mall and usually worked on the stairwell to make sure that no unwelcome guests came up when time got late. The upcoming clip took place at roughly 1 a.m., where nothing normally happens. At this time, James tends to record himself and post to his YouTube channel, and he's lucky that he had this habit, because if he didn't, he wouldn't have filmed what was about to happen.
Man, I've been clocked in 8 minutes. Hey! Hey! I'm not finna go check shit. I'm not going down there. Shit. Oh, goddamn, the door locked. Oh, damn. If it is somebody down there, they gonna stay their goddamn ass down there. I'm not going. Shit. Hurry up and get up these bitches.
Suddenly, footsteps could be heard from the bottom of the stairwell, and doing his job, James called out to the person guilty. But to his dismay, no one responded. Now, instead of going downstairs to investigate the noise further, James started to feel strangely uncomfortable and ran away from the noise, scared of it, which wasn't usual for him. James sprinted down the corridor and into another room where he decided to hide. But suddenly, he heard the noise of a whisper from inside the room, and this is when things got real.
Hey, somebody fucking in here with me. I'm up here doing this damn job. These folks want me to do all this walking in the dark. I'm not walking down there in no motherfucking dark. Hey. Hey. Not coming the fuck out there, man. Somebody is down there with me. Somebody in here with me. When I got this job, I told them I don't do things like this. And I got my camera on, bitch. You can go if you just come out. I'll let you go free. But don't try to just pop out on me, you know what I'm saying, scare the fuck out of me, make me shit all on myself on the job. Come on now. Come on now, I'm just trying to get my goddamn hours and go home now. He gonna act like he don't hear me. You know you back there, come on. I'm not finna, I'm telling y'all, I'm finna go. 10 o'clock, I'm going this way. Fuck that.
Like before, James started begging the supposed break-in culprit to reveal themselves, and even offered to let them go for free. However, no one spoke back. He stood there for a second and thought of what to do next before following his instinct instead of the job. He packed his bags, locked up, and left for the night. Now, after doing this, James expected there to have been a robbery overnight and had his excuses ready, but surprisingly, nothing happened. Had he really been going crazy, or did something much deeper occur? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It was approximately 2 a.m. on a Tuesday night, and a man named Zark was all alone in his house. His family had already moved out prior to this night because the escalating paranormal activity had started to affect them badly. Zark and his family claimed to have experienced several paranormal events prior to this footage. However, none of them come close to what you're about to see.
The fuck? Where's the cupboard open? The lights are off. You see, I normally keep that light on because that's how I get to know the haunting has begun or not. And that's why I've actually covered the lights so that it doesn't glare on my eyes while I'm sleeping. The cupboard is open right now. I'm alone in the room.
Now, this night started at a fairly low level on the haunted side of things. All Zark saw was the cupboard open, despite being closed when he fell asleep. But compared to other things he had seen, this wasn't too drastic. However, it was just shortly after that, the ghost started to do something Zark had never seen before.
It's at the door. Stop it! Stop it, please!
Weirdly, the door started knocking, and the only explanation for this is that it was a spirit on the other side. Zark asks the spirit to stop the knocking, and after some time it stops. But what happens a few minutes later sends chills down Zark's spine.
Go fuck yourself, Jerry. Go fuck yourself. Shit. I'm not gonna stay here. Fuck.
It's important to note that Zark was completely alone when he heard his kid's voice saying "Daddy," so that had to be a mimic. After this, Zark left his apartment immediately and spent the rest of the night in his car. On November 30th of 2020, a man called Wyatt decided it was time to put an end to a saga that had been going on for months. For the last few months, he had been experiencing high levels of paranormal activity in his home, and it was on this day that he decided it was time to capture it and show the real world. Little did he know that the ghost would get much worse when he took the camera out.
But this is on repeat. This happens over and over, and then the knocking happens. The knocking. There it is, and it just goes and goes until you tell it to stop. Can you stop, please? It's just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. And that's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
In the video, Wyatt claimed that the ghost passing the door and the loud knocking was a regular occurrence in his house, and he didn't sound too fazed. However, since he was filming, he felt a little braver. This time, Wyatt followed the spirit into a small room and saw the chair spinning around, which was supposedly new. As if this wasn't enough, when he approached the chair and decided to check it out, the door behind him slammed shut and trapped him in the room with the ghost. This really freaked him out, so he walked away and ended the recording there and then, not updating anyone since. These two women are having a sleepover together while one of their boyfriends is out on their stag do. They had a fun time on the sleepover, playing games together and gossiping like people do, but things got eerie very fast. The girl in the black jacket, Jess, claimed to have seen something in the closet, to which the girl behind the camera, Abby, reassured her there wasn't. There was only one way to find out: investigate.
Girl, there ain't nothing back there, I'm telling you.
The light just went off.
Nothing back there, right?
There's nobody back here.
I told you. There's never... Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
Weirdly, when Jess went to look in the closet in an attempt to prove Abby wrong, nothing happened. This led Abby to believe Jess was seeing things, and she made this clear. Little did she know that she had spoken too soon. Moments later, the light turned itself off, and Jess sprinted back to Abby in fear. Abby explained that she locked the closet afterwards and told her boyfriend never to open it again. He thought she was going crazy, but like a good boyfriend, he listened. Not that it had any effect. Abby was right about a spirit living in there, but she had no idea it could leave. The following day, she pulled up in her drive at 9 p.m. after taking her son to a football session. This is when the ghost made its second and much worse appearance.
Which is strange because I don't remember leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't leave it on. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna walk inside real fast. I want you to wait out here for me.
I'll stay right by the door.
Yeah, I want you. Oh my god. Somebody broke into our...
Is that a shadow?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mom, go.
Oh,
That's definitely
Jaden,
something.
yeah, it is. Go next door. Go next door and get your icy, okay? If you hear me scream, y'all hear me scream, call 911.
Okay.
Okay?
When she pulled up, Abby immediately knew that something was up. Before leaving the house, she always made sure that all the lights were off, except this time, one of them was still on. Now at first, her son didn't believe her and convinced her that she must have accidentally left it. But when the figure walked by, all speculation was out of the window. Understandably, the kid was rushed next door and Abby was sent to investigate. But unsurprisingly, she found nothing. The following video was recorded in a man's living room sometime last year. He had just arrived home from a long day at work and was extremely tired, so the last thing he needed was what you're about to witness.
Hello? Hello? Keep hearing weird noises in the basement, Steve, so I just want to... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No fucking way, no way, oh my god, oh my god. See, bro, there's nothing on this fucking door. Hello? Yep, fuck that, I'm not going down there.
His son, Steve, told him that there were noises coming from the basement, but the man was obviously quite skeptical. That was until this happened. Strangely, a repetitive knock sounded at the door, as if there was a person behind it asking to leave the basement. It's important to note that Steve and the man filming are the only two people inside the house, so in their eyes, no one could possibly be on the other side of that door. But something could, and this was about to be confirmed. Slowly, the door started to open all the way, and the man recording quickly showed proof that no strings were attached to the door, but this was only the beginning. Just one day after the previous incident, the man, John, decided to kick back and watch some television so he could forget about it. He managed to watch 2 episodes of his favorite show without any interruption, but the spirit haunting him clearly thought that this was too much free time.
More noises. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
If you look closely, you should be able to see a head-looking object peek from around the wall at John, who was extremely spooked by this. Right after seeing it, he ran through to the room that the head came from, and to his dismay, no one was in sight. Was he seeing things, or was this the real deal? Surprisingly, John believed the former and didn't actually think that this was a spirit, but in his next video, this belief was scheduled to change. On the exact same evening as the last clip, John finished his TV session and was prepared to get ready for bed. He had brushed his teeth, turned most of the lights off, and said goodnight to Steve. But after hearing noises in the basement, he saw the last thing he would have wanted to.
What's the matter, buddy? What's the matter, bud? What's the matter, big guy? Huh? Something down there. Oh. What'd you hear, buddy? Fuck. Just put this on. What's that? What the fuck?
When he opens the door, a white phantom is spotted gliding down the stairs very fast, as if trying not to be seen. With some newfound bravery, John decided to go down into the basement and investigate the scene, but he heard some very disturbing noises. While down there, the eerie sound of a little girl laughing rang around the room, and this is the moment that John truly believed that his house was being haunted by something. But instead of blessing it like a smart man, his next move was far beyond stupidity. After hearing the girl, John ran upstairs to wake up his son, and they had a plan. They were going to lock themselves in the basement. The following video shows exactly what happened. You can call John deluded, to say the least.
It's down here. We got it. You smell that? Oh, it smells like shit, bro.
stop.
After tying the door closed with black rope, John and Steve cautiously walked down the stairs to the basement, and the sound of a girl laughing could still faintly be heard, except slowly, it morphed into something much worse. If you listen closely, a woman crying starts to echo instead, and many speculate that this was the mother of the girl who was laughing. Perhaps both of them had died and haunted the house together. During their time in the basement, John and Steve experienced lights turning off and objects moving, but the worst sighting of all came at the very end.
All right, we're gonna make a run for it.
Perhaps as you were dying first.
It's gonna just go shit. Hold on. Oh, shit, good. Oh, God. What? No. We gotta get the fuck out of here. We gotta get out of here. What are we gonna do? No, stop. Here.
You locked us in.
I gotta go.
You locked us in.
No. We make a break. There's nothing there. Stay behind me. Stay right fucking behind me. This is a bad idea. Just chill out. Oh shit, it's still there.
Why is it so...
What the fuck are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
You got your phone?
No, I don't.
When the two made the wise decision to leave the basement, a tall black figure appeared, blocking their exit. Understandably, they panicked and stepped back. But when they went to look again, it was still in the same place. But as if this wasn't creepy enough, another sighting was hidden. If we zoom into this part of the room, eyes can be seen staring at John and Steve from the shadows. Could this have simply been a squatter, or was it a spirit? Let me know in the comments. On a Wednesday evening, a mother of 3 children was locking up the house ready to get everyone to bed before she spotted one of the weirdest and most horrifying things of her life. It was roughly 11 p.m. when the video was recorded, and it gets worse as time goes on. Take a look. On the other side of the garden, the fence was swinging back and forth, and supposedly there was no wind. Now at first I didn't believe this, but when the clip advanced, I knew it had to be on the video. When the mother started scanning the area to find a reason for the unexpected swinging, the figure of a human could be seen staring back at her, to which she jumped back in fear. However, when looking back again, it was gone. This gave her a moment of comfort, but in a flash, it was gone when the door knocked and the camera cut off. It's supposed that when she answered the door, nobody was there, but I guess we'll never know. 2014, a family was in their living room minding their own business. It was their youngest daughter's birthday, and she was upset that she finished opening her presents. However, something much worse was about to happen.
I think I can see it on here. Hold on. Now it's stopped. Oh, wait, there it is. See if she moves. There it is.
Strangely, the doll moves by itself in an eerie fashion, tilting its head to the left as if trying to get a better view of the man. This action is unexplainable because the box was taped shut since the doll had moved before, meaning that no one or nothing could touch the doll and cause it to move. Since it was impossible for it to move alone, the doll's owner considered it to be possessed and added a lot more tape to the box after this incident. However, he weirdly wasn't freaked out and decided to take a close-up video for people wondering what the doll looked like. It was a day after it moved by itself when the video was taken, and he explains everything, so have a look.
I don't, but I'll get you one. I got her about 2 years ago at a thrift store. There were 3 of them, and for whatever reason, she was very far away from the other ones. And for some reason, I just really wanted this one. She's very cool. I really love the jester style. It's cool. I don't know if she's ever been opened, but I've never opened the box. It's taped closed. And yeah, I just left her there. It's kind of cool.
When the man purchased the doll, it was separated from all of the other ones, which immediately made things suspicious. Most stores keep related items together, but clearly the store the doll came from didn't. At least that's what is implied. For all we know, it could have moved on to the other side of the store by its own accord, which makes sense since it showcased its abilities on camera before. From the moment of this video and onwards, the doll continued to be in different positions every morning, but unfazed. The man made sure it stayed on the same shelf forever. This YouTuber was exploring the Molly Stark Sanatorium, but although he thought he was alone, he definitely wasn't. Molly Stark Sanatorium is known as one of, if not the most haunted sanatorium in the United States, and the YouTuber, James, was very brave to visit it for some content. The time reached 2 p.m. and he was so deep into the building that all the sunlight had disappeared. It was at this moment that the first hauntings of many occurred.
I could have swore I heard somebody. That's weird.
As James was walking down a dark corridor, the door on the right side of the room opened ever so slightly without anyone there. Now at first, this could have been excused as the wind, but there are 2 reasons why this is not the case. First of all, as James pointed out, if wind was present in the corridor, then the wire ahead would have moved as well. Second of all, if sunlight couldn't be seen, it makes no sense that wind could have reached the location. With wind being completely eliminated, it left James to believe something else was exploring the sanatorium with him, and this would be confirmed 5 minutes later.
What the fuck is that? Yo, do you see that shit, y'all? What the fuck? Yo. What? Yo, what the f... That is crazy. There's somebody down here.
Weirdly, a smartly dressed man could be seen across the corridor, walking like a normal human being, except it was far from it. Out of fear, James pulled out a weapon, which is why the camera shook so much. But when he continued forward to try and find the man, no one could be seen. It was an apparition of the ghost trying to scare James, and it was definitely successful. However, it was done yet, and had another appearance hidden up its sleeve. After seeing this hyper-realistic apparition, James decided it was best to leave the sanatorium. He immediately turned back on himself and eventually made it back outside, seeing a couple of moving objects on the way back. But when he made it to the entrance, another apparition was waiting for him. On the balcony at the very height of the building, a female-like figure quickly walked up to watch James leaving the sanatorium. However, it turned back on itself just as fast. James thinks that this was the same ghost appearing as an apparition, but it could have been another one considering the gender swap. I'll let you answer that question by yourself in the comments. The following video was taken at Evergreen Cemetery in May of 2016. The cemetery is said to be haunted by the ghost of a young woman who lost her baby. She died shortly after and was buried in this cemetery. She has a statue there and is rumored to search for her baby at night. A couple visited the cemetery to see if this ghost was real and decided to record using their drone, and what they caught was beyond shocking. When the drone stopped to record a grave, a human could be seen bending down next to it as if it was mourning someone. However, when it spotted the drone, it quickly got to its feet and ran away. Weirdly, the run felt smoother than it should be, leading the couple to believe it was a ghost, as it could glide through the obstacles, but this is yet to be confirmed. All we know is that the drone didn't pick anything else up that night, despite attempting to chase the supposed ghost. At a radio station in South America, there have been several reports of a little girl causing terror and mayhem around the building. The weird thing is that none of them have ever seen her face to face, and the only sightings come through reflections. For weeks, the staff were collaborating to try and catch the little girl in the act, but none of them have ever come out successful until the following video. It took place at 4 p.m. on a Thursday and was captured using CCTV. Take a look. Did you see it? In a reflective door, the girl could be seen walking past it, but in real life, she was nowhere. As well as this, no shadow could be seen inside her reflection, leading the staff to believe this couldn't be an awful coincidence. After capturing the video, they all argued over whether the girl was a regular spirit or a demon, to which they unanimously ended up voting for demon. Because of this, they blessed the building and tried to get rid of her, but unlike usual, she is still there to this day. On August the 6th, 2021, a woman was left home alone with her dog since her husband had to go out to get his hair cut. Understandably, she wasn't bothered by this and decided to kick back and watch some television, but it didn't take long for her to be interrupted by the doorbell, and after answering it, I bet she wished she never did.
Luna, come on.
Somehow, no one was on the other side of the door, and the bell was still going off after she opened it, so it definitely wasn't a game of ding-dong-ditch. Now at first, the woman brushed this off her shoulder as an issue with the doorbell and hired an electrician to come and fix it. However, when he came round, the ringing stopped, and he inspected it and found no problems. What makes this very strange, though, is that when he left, the ringing continued. The family were forced to move house, and nothing happened after they did. That was until a sleepover. A month after the doorbell incident came to an end, the woman was starting to get comfortable again. It was at this point that she invited her best friend Lucy over to a sleepover, and she agreed to it. They used to sleep at each other's houses all the time as children, so they used this as a time to reminisce on those memories. However, little did any of them know that there was a third person at the sleepover. At least, it could have been a person.
What you doing on the camera? Chilling here, being a kitty cat.
Did you do that?
Without anyone else in the room, the water bottle topples over by itself. If we can zoom in, we can confirm that no one touched it, meaning that something invisible must have interfered. Both of the women claim that all the windows were closed, so it couldn't have been the wind. A spirit wanted to give them a little fright. But if she thought a self-ringing doorbell and a bottle falling wasn't scary, her ghost was only just getting started. 2 days after the sleepover, the woman was sitting on her sofa to watch a TV show and scroll through her phone. It was at this moment that the following incident happened. Out of nowhere, a couple of books flew from her bookshelf onto the floor. In reaction to this, she immediately stood up and marched to the next room to inform her husband of what happened, to which she was called crazy, but even he was about to be convinced. While he was watching an important sports game, the ghost made a second appearance, except this time, her husband managed to experience it.
Fucking water's on. She's flipping out.
Holy crap, Mom! What have you been eating? Wow, really feel the purpose. I'll probably feel better.
Literally just turned back on as soon as I sat down.
I don't see the force.
Oh my god. Luna.
Randomly, a knocking sound came from the corridor, and the woman instantly went to check it. But to her demise, no source could be found. Almost instantly after, the same ringing from the old house came back again, and as if it was the same ghost as before, it stopped just as someone got close to it, before carrying on all over again. Luckily, the husband heard all of the commotion this time, and was also convinced the house was being haunted. But unlike most cases, this family didn't bless the house as they didn't want to annoy the spirit. They left it be and tried to ignore it. Little did they know that this was a huge mistake, and things were about to get physical.
Because my search is 6 and I won. I gave you 6 points, I'm deducting 7. This is ridiculous. Don't make me think about numbers again. A brave and accurate decision. Yes, my captain. Yes. Yeah, holy captain, your horticulture is harvestable. Ah, good call. Thank you. Fine. Hurry happily, and Hank, he's hungry.
At first, it's very difficult to understand what happened in this clip, but if we zoom in very closely, we can see the woman's hair gets pulled by thin air. She darted up as this obviously would have harmed her, but when she realized no one did it, she knew her unwelcome guest was back at it. Regardless, both her and the husband continued to live there, unblessed, and there has reportedly been much less paranormal activity. It's hard to tell whether the ghost is getting bored or only just starting. On May 29th of 2018, a man was chilling in his house when he started to hear noises coming from the basement. Now at first, he believed that the noises were coming from a squatter, a person living in his house without any permission. But still unsure, the man decided to investigate, and what he found was beyond terrifying.
Doing this cabinet crown, and I think there's a squatter in this house. I think it's in here. Hello? 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 Anybody here?
Strangely, when the man reached the basement, no one could be seen. As well as this, the lights started flickering on their own accord while the switch was still in view with no one there. It was at this moment that the man realized he wasn't housing a squatter, but a spirit instead. He decided to continue searching though, as he wasn't completely convinced, but his mindset was about to change.
Hello? The heck is that? Hello? Who is it?
Somehow the door managed to open without anyone behind it, but this was only the beginning. When the man went to inspect the door, nobody was there, and to make things even worse, the basement door slammed shut. When the man opened it, the light started flickering again, and this time he dropped his phone in fear. The ghost seemed to enjoy the device though, as it spun around on the floor without anything pushing it. The man in the house moved out a week later and has witnessed no paranormal activity since. In this short video, a worker called Evelyn is in fear after something happened during her shift. She is accompanied by her boss Dave, who is known for being very patient and kind around the workplace. However, even he was skeptical after this clip. Evelyn had called him down to the room she was working in and claimed she saw a door slam shut by itself. Now at first, Dave didn't believe her story. He didn't think ghosts were real and dismissed Evelyn's fear, but when he went to investigate, all of that changed.
All right, I'm with Evelyn Sims. We're using this recording here due to a statement. She says that there's been things in the back area that have been... All right, explain to us what happened, Evelyn.
I was looking at my supplies, and I don't want to go back here.
Well, I'm here now. Oh, don't worry.
But you come with me.
All right, what happened?
But don't just shit on this owner and sit by itself, David. I don't know if I want to go. I don't feel good about that.
All right, hang on. Just wait.
I don't want to go back there.
Let me just take a look. Now, you say what happened now?
This door shut by itself. Itself, Dave.
Alright. Let me see. I'm looking, but I'm not going back there either.
Was you scared?
I'm not
going back there. I got a funny feeling about this.
Oh, the door's closed. I mean, it was open?
It was open and it just slammed by itself.
Alright, let me see if I can get it.
Slammed.
Alright. Let me go back there. Alright, I'm gonna put it on hold. Alright, well, go ahead. I'm standing here. Oh, hold on. I got work call or the call. Go ahead.
If you
Did you hear
remember
that?
when you took a shirt over to the modulars, you took 2 shirts. One of them said Sawyer. Remember I told you to bring it back?
Ooh, what did I do with it? Oh man.
What's your location?
I'm on the garden level right now. I'm investigating something that happened down in the boiler room with Evelyn. I'll be right up. Alright. Well, don't worry. Go get your whatever your material is.
Oh, David. I don't think I want to go there.
Come on, go ahead. Evelyn, just go.
No.
Alright, hang on. I'll go. Hang on. Okay. I'm right here. I see the door. Alright, go get your stuff. I'm right here.
Oh, David, I'm scared.
Don't be. Hold on, wait a minute. Just wait. Is there anybody back here? Go ahead.
No.
What the shit? Oh my God. No way.
Did you see it? I closed.
Hold on, let's go.
Mr. Ortiz or...
Stand by. Oh my God.
As he sent Evelyn to go and get her stuff, a chair flew towards them without anyone else in the room. Both people were understandably in fear, and Dave had been convinced that Evelyn's story was real. But this was only the start. Somehow, a loud clanging noise could be heard at the end of the video, indicating that a large metal object had dropped onto them nearby. It was at this point that the camera cut, and to make things worse, Evelyn and Dave were never seen again. Now on this channel, we've covered some disturbing clips, but none of them are nearly as bad as the one we're about to discuss. It was May 18th of 2022, and a woman called Letitia was alone in her Airbnb. At least she thought it was. It was at midnight when she was woken up by a noise she couldn't have possibly imagined. Take a look. Despite thinking she was alone, Letitia heard a scream coming from inside the Airbnb. Now at first she was frightened and refused to move, but when she was brave enough to investigate, she did but found nothing. YouTubers are known for faking and over-editing their videos to the extreme, more specifically horror YouTubers. From cringy 3 AM challenges to fake haunted hospital explorations, the possibilities are endless. However, amongst all of these fake videos are hidden real ones that show undeniable evidence of paranormal activity. The upcoming video is one of them. It was uploaded on June 17th, 2023, and shows a man showing and telling his story of being haunted. Things get very weird.
First I was hearing something like stuff moving around, or stuff like that. It's normal house noises. And then a couple of voices I've heard. It's kind of freaking me out, though, thought it was gone.
Now at first, nothing seems wrong with this clip. On the surface, it's just the man explaining his experience. However, if we zoom into the skeleton, we can see that its head tilts to the left out of nowhere. This is very weird as no one else is in the room. However, this is just a minute into a 20-minute video. So much worse stuff happens. Out of nowhere, the door opens on its own accord, and as if that wasn't creepy enough, it closes. Now the man claims that nobody was in the house at the time of this, which makes it completely unexplainable. Perhaps a strong breeze managed to breach the house, or maybe something was present that the human eye cannot detect. It's likely the latter, and the next clip in the video confirms that.
I don't want it to be more than that, you know? I don't want to know that I'm being fucking possessed or something, you know? I felt something. I keep fucking hearing shit. What is it? This fucking closet door. Hey! Hey, stop!
Somehow, the man's closet opened by itself, similar to the door, except this time he was home. He went to go and close it, and was understandably confused, but it was at this moment he heard footsteps creeping towards the room he came from. The man's wife was home at the time, so it's possible that she was walking on the second floor and it got misinterpreted, but later that day she came downstairs saying that she was having a nap. If she was asleep, then no one could have possibly been making those noises, at least no normal person. The following video was taken in the children's ward at the hospital. The child is called Layla, and her mother, Sydney, decided to visit her while she was being treated. At first, everything seemed normal, and the nurse was being friendly with the mother. However, after a minute, the nurse let the two have some alone time and left the ward. This is when another nurse entered the room.
Okay, go. Who is it?
It's so weird.
Is it you?
Is it me? It's not me.
It's motion sensor. There's no one over there. Okay, do it one more time.
Do it one more time, please.
Okay. One last time.
Okay. Wait, so are we friends now? Can you do it again if we're friends now?
Oh.
We're not friends? You don't like me? Okay.
Are you a doctor?
Are you a... Wait, so do it again if you're a doctor. Wait, are you messing with us or are you actually a doctor? I don't know. Are you just messing with us? Okay. Well.
I don't know.
Weirdly, the tap continuously turned on in sync with Layla's questions, going as far as revealing that it was a doctor. Now, what makes this clip strange is that neither the child nor the mother are freaked out that a presence is answering their questions, but are actually laughing and engaging with it, and this was only the beginning.
Are you a guy or girl? So do it. Do it. Okay. Okay, so do it if you're a guy. So do it if you're a guy. Turn it on if you're a guy.
Nope.
So you're a girl? You're a girl. Are you? So she's a girl? Yippee.
Let's see.
Hi, do you have a bracelet? Just want to make sure she has a bracelet.
Yeah.
You're good.
So double checking. You're a girl. Yes,
Oh.
maybe?
She got scared of the nurses.
It's okay. The nurses are gone. I promise. So she's a girl.
And just for show, let's see if it comes on right here.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Nothing.
So now, let's see. Hello again. Oh, I should ask what color her eyes are.
Yeah, you can play a game.
So okay.
Now to play a game, okay?
So do it if your eyes are blue. Okay. Do it if your eyes are green.
Oh.
Wait, so your eyes are green? Okay, hair color time.
Beeps, are you seeing this?
Are you blonde?
Yeah. I think it's red hair.
Do you have red hair, like my friend? Do you have red? You have red hair. You have red hair.
That was creepy.
What do you mean creepy?
How did Biba guess it? Yeah, it is creepy.
Do you think it's crazy that my friend guessed it?
No.
You think your hair color is common?
Are you scared of the nurses?
You don't like the nurses? I'm sorry. I promise that they're only going to come back for my x-ray or MRI or whatever. Are you going to come with me during my MRI x-ray thingy? You're going to be with me? I'm so happy.
Layla started to inquire more about the ghost and try to figure out what it looked like when it was alive. She discovered that it had green eyes and ginger hair, which made the girl giggle, but the next question was quite unsettling. Layla asked the ghost if it didn't like the nurses, to which it turned the tap on, indicating that the answer was yes. This is rather strange, as the ghost claimed it was a doctor, but didn't like the current ones. Layla's mother, Sydney, theorizes that the spirit was there to haunt the nurses, but I guess we'll never know. However, many people that saw these clips believed that there wasn't a ghost at all, and there was an issue with the sensor on the tap, but Sydney sought out to disprove them.
What?
Despite this, the comment section was still fairly negative about this supposed evidence and was tough to convince, but part 3 to this sage was about to provide concrete proof. At this point, the two had been in the room with the ghost for 20 minutes, and Layla decided to call her dad on Snapchat to showcase the ghost, but little did she know things were about to get much crazier.
You want to play another game?
Yes. Or no?
Okay, just watch my camera, okay, Dad?
Watch your camera, baby.
Watch my camera, okay?
Okay.
It's a friend.
We have a friend in the room.
Have you always been with us or stayed at this hospital?
Are you in the hospital?
All the time? So we just met? Do you like to say hi to other kids when they come?
Are you scared of the nurses? Did the nurses scare you when they came in the room?
He doesn't like to be on camera.
It's
No,
a
you see it?
girl.
It's a girl.
How dare you?
We asked.
So you're a girl, right?
She doesn't like to be on camera.
Well, the camera can't see her. She has red hair and green eyes. Yes? Red hair, green eyes?
No, she said blue eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, see?
Green. Wait, did you say blue eyes?
You're scaring your dad. Do you like to scare people?
Oh, so she has blue eyes?
Do you have blue eyes, yes? Or do you have green eyes? Blue eyes?
Is she blinking the lights?
Hmm?
Was she blinking the lights?
No, do you see the water, baby? The faucet.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so can you flicker the lights or no?
Did you see that?
The call started off with a few questions to show him that the tap could turn on and off by itself, but eventually the dad mentioned flickering the lights instead of turning on the tap to give him more evidence. This led Layla to ask the ghost if she could flicker the lights, and if we slow down the footage, the lights dimming at that exact moment. Could this be the act of a ghost, or is it just a coincidence? I'm keen to hear what you have to think in the comments.